Take number 3. So we just got done I just did this recording, but I was holding the camera because I wanted to hold it so that you could see the chicks, and it looked like a hostage video. So my wife was like, do it again, I'll hold the camera. And now, so I got halfway through my spiel, and then our daughter came out and was like, I'm looking for my horse book. So we just shooed her back to bed. So we did it. We got the chicks. Look, here they are. But and I also realized by doing the last video that I looked so haggard, and I can explain why. We woke up very early because we knew that this was Chick Day. And the kids treated it like it was Christmas because we got this brooder a couple of days ago, and we got it set up, and that really made it sink in that like the chicks are a-coming. So this morning they were ecstatic. I was like, let's leave early. We can go to Jack's because we had to get some hardware mesh. And by the way, at Jack's, they do sell chicks there, but it's not the chicks that we want. We want Buff Orpingtons, right? We want these guys. So we went to a place that sells chicks. They were just sitting there looking at me. I was looking at them, and we were like, no, we will not be having you. We have a special order an hour and a half away north. I'm looking at her to see. Hour and a half away, don't you think? So we get our hardware mesh, which is $400. Our cart of chick feed and hardware mesh and 2 spring gates for the electric fence, $400. And it was like, yikes. Okay, put that aside. We're gonna head north. I noticed it was like
3 toys.
Oh, that's right. The kids got toys. The girl wanted this like little like cap gun called the Texas Rose. It's like a pink revolver with like it's a silver revolver with a pink handle. She's wanted it for like 6 months. And wouldn't you know it was at Jack's, and it was like, well, I can't say no now. So then we had to buy the boy something because it's like, so he got this like John Deere tractor. They were having good times. We set off to head north. We start driving. We're about to get on the highway. I noticed it's like 9:45, which I called the lady yesterday to make sure that the order was still good. She said yes. And she said that she would make her calls around 9:30, and it's past that. So I was like, let's call them and see what's up. Call them. She was like, one of the trucks is just about to get here, and I'll call you and let you know everything's good. And I was like, okay, because like we're like starting to drive north, and it's quite the drive. She's like, I'll get it figured out. I'll call you first. And I was like, cool. So we get on I-25. We start heading north. We get to the part of I-25 where they're doing construction for 1 billion miles, and you can't take any exit ramps or anything. You just have to go straight. And that's right when she calls to go, hey, your chicks arrived D.O.A. So we'll put in an order, and I guess you can come and we can try this again next weekend. And the kids didn't really hear what happened. They just heard that like we're not going to get chicks, and they were bummed. We were bummed because I'm excited to get chicks too, like to kick, because we want like the chicken run's almost done, the coop's almost ready. We've been excited about this for a while. So we're all kind of like, ooh, and we almost made it to Buc-ee's. We were so close. We should have just went to Buc-ee's, got a brisket sandwich, and been like, at least we had an excuse for driving this far north, but it was like, we're turning this thing around. So we head back home, and in the meantime, my wife is Googling like, well, because we figured if they're just getting shipped in from one of these, like a hatchery, a lot of these hatcheries, we'll just have them shipped to our house, and maybe it can be done quicker. So it turns out like we could get them maybe around June 1st, but right before we get back to the foot of our canyon to start like actually like where there's no cell phone, so we're almost home. I was like, hey Grok, find me some Buff Orpington chickens, and it was like, hey buddy, there's actually this chicken store up north in Fort Collins that can do special orders. And I was like, no Grok, no, we just did this. Where else? And it was like, try Murdoch's, and I know Murdoch's doesn't have them. It was like, try Jack's, and I was like, well, no, I know Jack's does have chicks, but not these chicks. And it was like, try Tractor Supply. And we were just at Tractor Supply like 3 weeks ago to get fencing for the chicken coop. And I did notice they had like a ton of chicks. They just didn't have Buff Orpingtons. It was like, may as well call them. I'm sure they have different chicks now than they did then. So we call them. They pick up the phone. I'm sorry this is such a long story. And I hope you're along for the ride, because otherwise you're like, what is he talking about? So we call them. And we're like, hey, do you have Buff Orpington chicks? And they were like, of course we do. Why wouldn't we? And I was like, really? Go check. And he said, how many? He says, like, let me go check. He checks. He says, we have 12. And we wanted 11. We wanted 10 girls and 1 boy. And they have 12. And it was like, you're sure? And he's like, I'm 100% sure. Why are you asking me so many follow-up questions? We sell these all the time. So it was like, all right, we're gonna come and get them. And as we're driving there, it was like, well, we kind of have to get all of them. We can't just buy 11 and just leave one lone soldier on the battlefield, being like, where did my only family I've known? Where did they go? So we get there, and sure enough, Buff Orpingtons. They're just sitting there. So we bought them. We bought all of them. So we bought one more than we wanted to buy in the first place. But like whatever. And they were not. We don't know if they're boys or girls because they like have a bunch of different pens of chicks, and all of them were like they're just hens. And these were like, well, they're boys and girls. And you know what else we were thinking? We were like, well, where are we gonna get one boy from if we just got girls? So now we have, who knows? I don't know. We watched a couple YouTube videos of how to tell boys from girls, and I can't make heads or tails of what's going on in there. But we got 12 of them, and they're super cute. The kids are like over the moon. The girl, like our 5-year-old daughter, she's a chicken whisperer that we never even knew. She's just like, "What's up, sweetie?" And she's petting them and stuff. She's also helping try to like look at the wing to see like, because I guess you tell by the wing. I don't know. We got 12 chicks. There they are. And word to the wise, if you order them from a place or whatever. Oh, and my wife took the day off work. So it was like, oh, you took the day off work to just almost drive to Buc-ee's and go home? So, but wait for them to call you before you go and start driving there, because you don't know. Apparently they die in transit. Like, I knew that was a possibility, but I didn't think that like that was like, it could wipe out your whole order. So we all learned something today. But there you go. Look. They're adorable. The end.